work all around the clock. When we go out and get our gear started fishing, well, if we got 5 days fishing or 6 days fishing, unless the weather hampers and hinders us from fishing, we're fishing continuously.
The run to home port begins, and a more sinister enemy than the gale is waiting: ice. Captain Thornhill has fought many a battle with this most dreaded of the trawler's foes.
The icing up in the gale of wind is to see that you can't slow your boat so slow that the water won't blow over. And that means when the water's blowing over, you're making ice. And then when you get a certain amount of ice on them, they begin to get labored with ice, well, you can't run them off before these storms of wind, because they're top heavy with ice. I think that's what happened in the time of the blue wave disaster. You're just dodging along in the night time, and you don't just realize that there's much ice there as what there is. We were down at 100 miles further to southern than she was. We didn't have such heavy frosts. We didn't have to get up to beat ice before daylight. We didn't have any tremendous frost like we did. We had one of a hurricane of wind. You know the blue wave went over, because I mean there was a boat on the side of it, you see, and I was talking to him and run down. There's nothing he could do. He poured oil over to try to smoothen it, and they were close enough to him that they even got suction from the boat when she went down, so they know she went down.
The people who live in the trawler ports are acutely conscious of the perils of the roaring deep. Nearly every family in South Newfoundland has lost some of its members, fathers, brothers, sons, in the battle with wind and ice.
Some of these tombstones here we're looking at represent some of the men that was lost at sea. There's a lot that's not recorded. I can remember back 23 years ago, 33 years ago, when a boat sailed out with us. And we had a stormy month in March. She never was there to tell us. No ship to shore at them years. If you didn't come back at the time that they were expecting you to come back, that's the only way they know you were gone.
So the small cycle ends and begins again. The ship has come through her ordeal, as her crew all knew she would. To her captain, it was but a brief incident, almost routine, in a life crowded with such incidents. The ice this time is too heavy to be carried back to sea with safety in the expectation that warm water will help it to drop off. It'll have to be cleared laboriously in port, the men chopping it by hand. Nevertheless, the tie-up will be as short as possible, for the plants are always hungry for fish. As soon as they can discharge their cargo, they'll be back once more, dragging the chill, black waters of the continental shelf for the hosts of fish that swarm there. For this layover in port is never more than a brief furlough, an interval in the everlasting struggle which the draggermen of Newfoundland wage against the blind forces of the roaring deep.